everyone, it's Rachel back again with another reaction video. Today I will be reacting to a new single from Fit for a King. It's off of their upcoming album, The Path, which will be out September 18th through Solid State Records. I have reacted to 2 of the 3 singles that have been out so far. The first one I didn't have my channel yet, and that was my least favorite of the singles, Breaking the Mirror. My favorite has been God of Fire. So I am ready to see what this track has in store. It will probably tell the final piece to what we'll see of the album before it drops. So let's get straight into it.
Welcome Annihilation! Tear down your prison. This is annihilation. Welcome Annihilation. Tear down your prison. Welcome Annihilation.
Fit for a King, Annihilation, let's discuss. Although this one had the potential to be my favorite single, it didn't end up being my favorite of the released singles so far. I think God of Fire still has that spot, but this one is probably second from that one. I'll have to re-listen to all of them, and of course when the album comes out, listen to everything together to see where they fit and everything like that. To begin with, I loved the drumming on this track straight from the intro. The intro had my 2 favorite things. One, as I just mentioned, the drumming. The second would be the bell. I thought the bell in this song sounded really cool, an awesome detail thrown in there. But in addition to that, so it starts off with those 2 things, and then when the vocals kick in, it starts off with the chorus, which was interesting, and it's very short as well, a very short chorus. I love that O that's thrown in there. It's just a little bit heavier. I just think with the singles they've given us, I want something a little bit heavier from them, and I felt like that was thrown in there in the beginning with the "oh," it was just cool to me. And right before that first verse with "I feel the grip," there's this guitar part that's a bit lower, and I just thought that little riff in there sounded amazing as well. So another detail on there with the music, definitely my favorite parts. I think with the lyrics, it was pretty limited and repetitive, so consistently throughout the track, the drumming was my favorite part for sure. There were parts thrown in there that were a bit different. That galloping sound that was in the intro was put about halfway through the song, slowed down a bit, and just so many parts where the drumming really stood out to me. There was also a part where there was some ride cymbal happening, and usually when that's thrown into a song, it just gets me amped up. There have been a few albums this year where they have a song that it's done well like that, so I was definitely stoked to see that on here. Now, as I mentioned before, to me, it was a bit repetitive, and I know repetition is part of writing and part of art, but for me sometimes I just felt like there was a build-up there that could have led to something more than just being led back to the chorus. And yeah, that for me kind of drew me back a little bit from loving it more, I guess. But you know, it happens, so it's not my song, I didn't write it, but for me it would have made it, you know, further up the list for me, I guess you could say, if it had led up to something a bit more than just back to the beginning of that. But anyway, otherwise, I loved this. I loved the guitar work on this as well. That was something I haven't touched on yet, but sounded really awesome. I mean, I touched on that one part, but the instrumentals on this track were amazing. The vocals, I think, were executed well. I just think it could have used more something to make it a bit meatier or draw me in a bit more. But I'm still stoked for the album. I'm ready for this to drop. We don't have too long now. I think that the singles have been solid and that this album has a lot of potential to be another great one for 2020. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and if you have a song that you want to be added to the list that I work off of when I'm doing request-based videos, I'll put both links in the description. I've been kind of slacking on that this past week, but I had some stuff come up, and what I had recorded was what I was able to do. It was all a bunch of newer stuff really, but I'm going to be getting through some more requests this weekend, so keep on sending them over. I will do my best to get through them. There will also be a link to the Discord server in the description. And lastly, if you're enjoying the style of content and music that I post on YouTube, I also post more music-related content on my Instagram. My handle is @wolfandthesea. I will put it up here on the screen for you if you wanted to give me a follow. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.